So the first thing we want to do is import the random module from Python. This is a built-in module from Python that's going to allow us to generate a random number. Next, we want to create a variable to hold our random number. I'm going to use the variable name target number, and the range I'd like for the number to be is between 1 and 10. This can vary based upon your program, but this is going to mirror the range that I'm going to ask the user to make their guess. Next, I'm going to print the target number to the console. This is just to confirm that my random number is generating accurately and my program flow is providing the correct message back to the user in the event their guess is too high or too low. The next variable I want to create is count. The count variable will be here to hold the amount of guesses that the user has made. Each inaccurate guess will add one additional number to the count, and once the user gets to 3 counts, they'll no longer be able to make guesses within the program. So now we'll move on to the logic of the game itself. We're going to use a while loop, and while the count is below 3, we're going to ask the user to pick a number between 1 and 10. This number is going to be returned to us as a string. So in order to care for that, because we'll like to use the if else statement and compare the guess between the target number. If the number is not a digit, and this is another built-in method within Python, we're going to change the number from a string to an integer. This is going to allow us to make those comparisons within the if else statement and allow us to easily return messages back to the user if the count is too high or if the count is too low. Okay, so we can just use this exact same user guess variable and just use the int method, and within the int method we're going to have the user guess, and like I said, this is just going to convert that string to an integer and allow us to use the comparison operators. So the first comparison that we want to make is the user guess. If the user guess is equal to the target guess, we want to return a message back to the user just saying, hey, great job, woohoo, you won. Some celebratory message back to the user. We'll need to include the break statement because we want the while loop to end. Next, we'll like to create an elif statement mentioning that if the user guess is higher than the target guess, we want to return a message to the user saying, hey, your guess was higher than the target number, so you'll need to make a lower guess. So we'll just include a print statement saying the guess is too high. And then the other thing that we want to do is this is going to count towards a turn for the user. So we're going to want to increment the count by 1. Now you could print the count or turns back to the user. That way they'll have some knowledge of where they stand. But in this particular program, we're not going to. And then the last elif statement we want to include is if the user guess is less than the target number, we just want to include a print statement back to the user saying, hey, your guess is too low. And we're also going to increment the count by 1 in this particular statement as well. Or after this guess as well, I should say. So the only thing that we'll need to account for at this point is if the user reaches the maximum 3 numbers of guess. So I'm going to include a final if statement saying if the count is equal to 3, I want to return a statement that the game is over or that you lose, and it can break at this point because the user will no longer have turns in effort to play the game. So now we've completed our code. Let's just test it out. Okay, so our number is 10. Let's pick the number 6, too low. The number 8, it is too low. The number 9 is too low, we lose. Okay, that works perfect. Now let's play it again. We see our number is 3. Let's pick the number 1 is too low. The number 2 is too low. Number 3, you got it. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to like and subscribe for more. See you in the next one.